Every single day, people walk into my clinic convinced they are doing everything right. They walk consistently 30 minutes, sometimes more, and yet they come to me with knee pain, chronic fatigue, numbness in their legs, and a general feeling of getting worse, not better. The first question I ask is always the same: how exactly are you walking? And that is where things get interesting, because the problem almost never is that people walk too little. The problem is that they walk wrong. And wrong walking is not just wasted effort, it actively destroys your joints, ruins your posture, overloads your heart, and drives chronic inflammation deep into your tissues year after year. I have seen this exact picture repeated in my clinic hundreds of times. People doing the right thing in the completely wrong way and paying a physical price they cannot even begin to understand. My name is Dr. Faviemo, and this channel exists to bring you the most current evidence-based research on senior health in a way that is practical, clear, and actually usable in your real life. If you have not subscribed yet, do that right now so you never miss what we cover here. Today, I am walking you through 6 of the most common and most destructive walking mistakes people make after 60. I will tell you the exact mechanism by which each mistake is silently damaging your body and precisely what you need to change. This is not information your doctor is going to hand you at your next routine appointment. And it starts with understanding why walking after 60 is a completely different physical event than walking at 40. After 60, your body brings 3 critical changes to every single walk that was simply not present 20 years ago. First, the cartilage inside your knee and hip joints has thinned with age. The natural cushioning between your bones is reduced. Poor walking mechanics that your joints could easily absorb at 40 now cause direct, repeated bone-on-bone impact that accelerates joint destruction with every step. Second, muscle mass has declined through a natural process called sarcopenia. The muscles responsible for stabilizing your pelvis, spine, and ankles are significantly weaker than they once were. Incorrect walking form transfers load onto joints and connective tissue that your muscles should be absorbing instead. Third, the nervous system's ability to sense position and respond to balance challenges has slowed considerably. This makes every gait error not just physically damaging, but also dramatically more dangerous from a fall's perspective. And falling remains the single leading cause of serious injury in adults over 65. Walking is medicine when done correctly. Walking is slow harm when done wrong. Here are the 6 mistakes you need to stop making today. The first mistake is walking with your head down and your shoulders rounded forward. This is the single most common posture error I see, and it creates damage that most people never connect to the neck pain, shoulder tension, or back problems they experience daily. Your head weighs approximately 10 to 12 pounds in neutral alignment. For every inch it moves forward, the effective load on your cervical spine doubles. At just 2 inches forward, your neck is already carrying 20 to 24 pounds of pressure with every single step. Over a 30-minute walk, that is thousands of repetitions of excessive load grinding into your cervical discs and facet joints. The rounded shoulders that accompany this posture close off your rib cage, reduce your breathing depth, and increase the cardiovascular demand of the walk for the exact same physical output. People feel more exhausted than they should, and they never understand why. Before each walk, stand tall, ears directly above your shoulders, chin parallel to the ground, chest fully open. Check your posture every 5 minutes because the forward drift happens gradually and completely unconsciously. The second mistake is overstriding. Overstriding means landing your heel far in front of your body, with your leg nearly straight. When the heel strikes extended out in front of you, the knee absorbs a massive braking force with every single step. This dramatically increases knee joint loading, strains the patellar tendon, and over time contributes directly to cartilage destruction and chronic knee inflammation that never fully goes away. Research published in 2024 confirmed that a shorter stride pattern significantly reduces the exact knee forces most associated with long-term joint damage during walking. Walking efficiency comes from step frequency, not step length. A shorter, quicker step with the foot landing beneath the hip produces far less joint impact and delivers the exact same cardiovascular benefit. Shorten your stride and land with your foot beneath your hip rather than extended far in front of your body. A small increase in step cadence with a shorter landing distance reduces joint load immediately from the very first step. The third mistake is not warming up before walking. Most people over 60 walk straight out the door and immediately begin at full pace. No preparation, no gradual transition from rest to movement, nothing. When you begin walking at full intensity from a cold start, your blood vessels have not yet dilated to meet the demand, your heart has not gradually increased its output, and your muscles are not yet receiving adequate oxygen. The result is an abrupt spike in cardiac demand from a resting baseline that puts enormous stress on your cardiovascular system. Research consistently identifies the first 3 to 5 minutes of exertion after rest as the highest risk period for cardiovascular stress during exercise. Cardiac events in older adults cluster disproportionately right at the start of activity. Walk at half your normal pace for 2 to 3 minutes before increasing to your full speed. This gradual ramp allows blood vessels to dilate properly, heart rate to rise smoothly, and muscles to receive oxygen before demand reaches its peak. It costs 3 minutes and may one day matter more than you can imagine. If you have made it this far, you're clearly someone who takes this seriously. You want to see what comes next. But most viewers enjoy the content and scroll away without subscribing. If this is genuinely valuable to you, tap subscribe right now. It takes 1 second and you will not miss anything we put out going forward. I want to pause here because what I'm about to say connects directly to everything we are covering today. Over the years in my clinic, I have seen something very simple make a profound difference for people over 60. It is not about doing anything extreme or complicated. It is about doing the right small things consistently every single day. That is exactly why I created a guide called the 30-Day Blood Pressure Reset for Seniors. It is a simple step-by-step plan designed to support healthy blood pressure through gentle daily routines, light movement, and clear guidance you can follow entirely at home. The connection to walking is direct. Consistent, correctly performed walking is one of the most powerful tools for blood pressure management available to you. But walking done wrong, with the exact mistakes I'm describing today, can actually elevate chronic inflammatory markers and increase cardiovascular stress rather than reducing it. Doing the right movement in the right way is precisely what this guide is built around. Some of my patients have used this same structure and told me they finally felt in control of their daily habits and genuinely confident about their readings. I'm not opening this to everyone. I'm only allowing 30 people through it right now because I want to follow up closely and personally, see how each person is doing. If you feel like your current routine is not giving you the results or clarity you need, click the link in the description or scan the QR code before those 30 spots are gone. And because you are part of this community, I have made it accessible with a 70% discount. After completing your purchase, please drop your email so I can follow up with you personally. Now let us continue. The fourth mistake is walking in the wrong footwear. This mistake causes more cumulative damage than almost anything else on this list because it accumulates completely silently over months before a single warning sign appears. After 60, the fat padding on the sole of your foot thins significantly, removing your natural built-in cushioning. Arch support becomes increasingly critical as the tendons and ligaments maintaining the arch lose their elasticity. And your balance depends more and more on sensory feedback through your soles, meaning unstable or excessively cushioned footwear that reduces ground sensation, directly increases your fall risk. Flat shoes without arch support allow the arch to collapse with every step, straining the plantar fascia and ankle tendons continuously. Old shoes with compressed cushioning transmit full impact force directly up to your knees and hips. Both patterns accelerate joint damage quietly and consistently. Your walking shoes need a moderate heel rise of 8 to 12 millimeters, firm arch support, adequate cushioning at the forefoot and heel, and a secure fit around the ankle. Replace them every 12 to 18 months, regardless of how they look on the outside, because the internal cushioning compresses and fails long before the shoe shows any visible wear. The fifth mistake is walking at a consistently slow pace with absolutely no variation. The research on this is completely unambiguous. Walking speed after 60 is one of the single strongest predictors of cardiovascular health, cognitive function, and all-cause mortality available to medical professionals. A major meta-analysis found that the risk of all-cause mortality is elevated by 89% in older adults with the lowest preferred walking speeds. Walking speed is now formally described by geriatricians as the sixth vital sign. Walking at a comfortable, constant, very slow pace every single day does not adequately challenge your cardiovascular system, does not produce the arterial blood flow improvements that protect against hypertension, and does not deliver the anti-inflammatory signaling that makes walking genuinely therapeutic and life-extending. The solution is interval variation. Spend 60 to 90 seconds of each 5-minute block walking at a pace where conversation becomes noticeably more difficult. Then return to your comfortable pace. Repeated several times across a 30-minute walk, this produces significantly greater cardiovascular and anti-inflammatory benefit than flat, slow walking for the exact same total time investment. The sixth mistake is not cooling down after walking. Most people finish their walk and immediately sit down or stop moving entirely. This abrupt transition is particularly dangerous after 65. During sustained walking, the blood vessels in your legs have dilated significantly to deliver blood to your working muscles. When you stop suddenly, that blood does not immediately return to the heart. Cardiac output drops abruptly. Blood pressure at the level of the brain falls rapidly. This is exactly why so many older adults feel dizzy or lightheaded immediately after stopping exercise. It is called post-exercise hypotension, and it is a direct consequence of stopping too quickly. Reduce your pace progressively over the final 2 to 3 minutes until you're walking very slowly, then stop completely. This gradual deceleration allows blood pressure to adjust smoothly and allows the heart to reduce its output in an orderly and safe way. The same principle as the warm-up, but in reverse and equally important to your safety. 6 mistakes, 6 corrections, all of them free. All of them startable on your very next walk. Walking with your head forward and shoulders rounded damages the cervical spine and suffocates your breathing efficiency. Overstriding loads the knee joints with braking force that slowly erodes cartilage over time. Skipping the warm-up creates abrupt cardiovascular demand during the highest risk window of your walk. Wrong footwear silently transfers full impact to joints already working with dramatically reduced cushioning. Walking at a constant, slow pace fails to deliver the cardiovascular and anti-inflammatory benefits that make walking genuinely protective and life-extending. And stopping too abruptly drops blood pressure and produces the dizziness that leads directly to dangerous falls. Pick one mistake you recognize in yourself right now and change it on your very next walk. That is all. One change consistently applied produces real and measurable results. Tell me in the comments which of these 6 mistakes you are currently making. I read every single comment, and your answers directly shape what I cover next. Before you go, I want you to think about something important. Most people keep waiting for the perfect moment to take their health seriously. That moment almost never comes on its own. That is exactly why I put together the 30-day blood pressure reset for seniors. It is built to help you follow a simple daily routine that supports healthy blood pressure without confusion, without overwhelm, and without stress. It includes gentle exercises, clear daily habits, and a structured plan you can actually stick to day by day. I have seen people in my care feel genuinely more confident and more in control simply by following something organized and consistent like this. Right now, I'm keeping it limited to just 30 people because I want to treat it like a small group I can personally observe and support. Once those spots are filled, I will close it completely. If you feel ready to start something simple and structured today, click the link in the description or scan the QR code to get your copy now. And since you're part of this community, like family to me, I have added a 70% discount so you can get started without any worry about the cost. After completing your purchase, please drop your email so I can follow up with you personally. I will check in with you directly and help you stay consistent with the plan every step of the way. Disclaimer: everything shared in this video is general educational information based on published research in biomechanics, geriatric exercise science, and cardiovascular medicine. It is not personal medical advice for your individual situation. If you experience joint pain, chest discomfort, shortness of breath, or dizziness during or after walking, please consult your doctor before continuing your walking routine. This information is intended to support your health conversations, not to replace them.